Okay, this is my very first video and I'm awkward. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Kushi. I'm a tarot reader and astrology enthusiast. And I guess I have a passion for guiding people on their spiritual journeys. And I do that through my tarot readings, which are heavily focused on shadow work, which is basically in simple terms, a way to help you uncover the hidden parts of your psyche to bring about personal growth and transformation. So, what are angel numbers? I guess you must have seen repeating numbers like 1111 or 444, 222, 777, so on and so forth. Even in pop culture, we're increasingly seeing references being made to this phenomenon, and everybody is kind of talking about it, but like a lot of people are not really able to make sense of it. A lot of you guys also reached out to me with questions about angel numbers. And yeah, that is why I'm here with this video because I actually had a lot to say about this topic and I couldn't really fit all of that information on, my Instagram story. So I just decided to experiment a little bit, get out of my comfort zone and make this video. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about angel numbers, what they are, how they work, and how you can basically decode them and interpret them to make sense of them in your own life and context. So yeah. So, just to give you guys a little bit of background about my own journey with angel numbers, in case you want to know, and that will help you to make sense of your journey. I had a phase where I had started seeing these repeating numbers everywhere. And, at first I was really confused and bamboozled because I was like, what is happening? Why am I seeing this? Am I imagining this? And yeah, it made actually no logical sense to me. And so I decided to ignore it first. But then I reached a point where I could no longer ignore it. And yeah, I tried looking it up on the internet, but then there was just so much mixed information, which was even more confusing. And, like that information is not necessarily right or wrong. But then I feel like I would have liked for someone to, give me like concrete answers about, what all of this means. So, yeah, eventually, after it drove me nuts for a while, I was able to figure it out for myself by doing this little exercise that I'll be talking about. So, stay tuned for that. I'm going to be talking about that a little later in the video. So, angel numbers could be trying to tell you a bunch of things. They're essentially signs that are hiding in plain sight and they're just waiting to be noticed by you and perceived by you. And they can be indicators of something that's wrong or something that's coming. They can be guidance or advice. They can just be a heads up. They can be a warning. Yeah, so they can often play a crucial role in situations by giving you information that can either make or break the situation because knowledge is power. Also, different numbers can have different meanings for different people. For example, 1111 for me might not carry the same message that 1111 might carry for you. So, a lot of people believe that, angel numbers can have common meanings. Like 555 is commonly believed to be an indicator for big change. And I'm not saying that that's completely wrong because for some people it can mean change. It's like symbols can carry different meanings in different contexts for different people. So, yeah, like the color red could mean danger for one person, but it could mean power for another person, so on and so forth. I don't know, man. From what I have observed, It usually starts happening when a person is right on the brink of a spiritual awakening. Even if you previously did not consider yourself to be a spiritual person, it can still happen to you because spiritual awakenings happen for everyone at multiple points in their life. That does not necessarily mean that everybody who's having a spiritual awakening will start seeing the angel numbers, but we are all essentially spirits that are having a human experience on this planet called Earth. So, if you are spirit, you are bound to have a spiritual awakening at some point in your life, sooner or later. So, yeah, it's either that or you could just be uh, seeing the angel numbers, even if you're not having a spiritual awakening process. It could just be that you're seeing them because they're meant to be taken as messages or guidance for you to navigate a certain situation, right? So it could just be as simple as that, nothing complex. Where are they coming from? So that's a very interesting question because over time I have observed that there is no one single answer for that question. I mean, it depends on who you're asking. If you're asking somebody who believes in God, they'll say that they're coming from God. Somebody else could say that they're coming from their ancestors. Somebody else could say that they're coming from the universe or their spiritual guides or source, etc. I would say that none of these are really wrong because what must be understood is that there is an energy or entity that exists and it needs a medium to communicate with you. And of course, this is a whole different topic which has a lot of nuance, and I'm oversimplifying things a lot here for the sake of this video. But yeah, the energy needs a medium to communicate with you, and it, like the most common way, the easiest way for it to communicate with you is through symbols, and the angel numbers take on the role of those symbols. I mean, that is very much possible. It's quite possible that you could be seeing the numbers and they're not really coming from anywhere really. And you could very well just be imagining it. It could be the result of delusional thinking. It could be the result of spiritual psychosis. Those are very real and dangerous things. So here I would just emphasize the importance of grounding, discernment, and touching grass. It is true that not all symbols you see mean something always. Like, sure, if you're chronically online, you're doom scrolling all day, you will see those numbers on the clock, right? That's not you seeing angel numbers, that's a need for you to go outside and touch grass. But if your intuition or your gut tells you that this is a message, like you've been seeing this one number on the microwave, outside the lift, on the thermometer, on a receipt, like this number is proper haunting you, you know? Oops, yeah, that's probably a message. And that's just one example of how it could play out, right? And also for this, you need to have a very clear, strong intuition. Like you need to know the difference between, you know, being delusional or superstitious or seeing something just because you want to see it versus you seeing actual real signs about something. So, I'm going to share a few things that helped me in my journey for those of you who are looking for answers right now, just like I was when I started my journey. So, the very first thing that I would advise is to pay attention and start noticing the things that are happening around you when you see a specific number. Like, try to notice the pattern in the theme of the events that are happening around you when you see a specific number, or, the thought processes that are occurring inside you or around you. when you see a specific number, because what this is going to do is that it's going to give you some puzzle pieces that you can put together to make sense of the larger context, which will invariably help with figuring out what the numbers are actually trying to tell you. If you're unable to find any luck with this, then definitely keep a notebook, or maybe in your notes app, just try to write down whatever is happening around you when you see a specific angel number, or not just any angel number, any symbol for that matter. Putting it on paper will help you to see all the similarities right in front of you, which will make it easier for you to process and understand what could be going on. And remember that these things always have a pattern. So try to identify the common thread that is connecting all these observations. One thing that really helped me was using a tarot deck to find out what the numbers mean. And I know for this, you need a deck and the skills to read the cards. But if you have them, this one can be a game changer. I was basically being bombarded by a bunch of different numbers during this one phase in my life 2, 3 years back. And I was sure that they're trying to tell me something. I just couldn't understand what. And I had a deck, I knew how to read the cards. So I just pulled out a few cards for every number sequence that I was seeing. And I made notes for each one. And I kid you not, that was the best decision that I made in my spiritual journey, because to this day, I still use those notes. Like, I kid you not, I see the same numbers coming up again and again in various different contexts, and the notes make sense every single time. Like, it's unreal. It's like I'm lost, and spirit is like, okay, here's a little clue that's gonna guide you towards the right direction. And I mean, it leaves me awestruck every single time. It's so fascinating. I'm always left bamboozled. But yeah, I mean, if you have a deck, if you have the skills to read tarot, like, don't even wait, like, don't even think about it, just do it. And if you don't have a deck or the skills to read tarot, I'm right here. Reach out to me for a reading. Another bonus tip would be asking the universe to show you a specific number as a sign to confirm something. So, whatever it is you believe in, God, universe, spirit, source, etc., uh, whatever it is, just start talking to them like it's a regular conversation with the person. Or if that makes you feel weird, just write a letter, address it to that energy, right? Ask them to show you like a random number or a symbol, like a pink bird sitting upside down, or something like a neon donut with flowers on it. Like, I know I'm giving very stupid examples right now. The point is asking to be shown something unique, something which you would be able to recognize if you would see it, if it was shown to you as a sign. The idea is to basically make it so random or so absurd that it's unmistakable when you do see it. So there's no doubt that maybe you're just imagining it when you see it, right? Because if you are shown exactly what you asked for, then you know for certain that, okay, this is the sign. So, yeah, I hope that helped you guys. This is my first time ever making a video like this, so I would love to know what you think about it. I would love to know if you have any questions, if there are any ideas for future videos. Just drop it all in the comments, and like the video, like, do the drill. And if you want a reading from me, I would be happy to give you one. You can message me on Instagram or visit my website. I will put all the links in the description, I guess. And please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell if you liked this video. And if you want more such videos, because that would give me feedback and tell me if what I'm making, like the content that I'm making, is bringing you real value. And yeah, I guess that's it. See you next time. Bye.